For this lesson, we're going to be going to Oceania, particularly Papua New Guinea and the Solomon Islands. So get your pencils out and your paper out. Let's get going on this. So we're going to blow your mind right now because there were people in the Pacific Ocean way before Columbus, way before Magellan, who were exploring. And they were from the Malay archipelago. And they made these massive dugout canoes, some of them up to 100 feet in length. And they traveled into the Pacific Ocean. They traveled following the stars at night. They traveled following the trade winds as well as the current. These Malay explorers, they settled in places like Tonga, Fiji, Hawaii, Papua New Guinea, the Solomon Islands, and Easter Island. There's even some ideas and some historians that say that they may have even reached the coast of South America. Even though these explorers settled on these islands, they became agricultural societies, which means that they created abundant food supplies, which meant social stratification, which also means that you now have an artist class, a labor class. You have a form of government. But let's take a look at some of the art that was created in Oceania. So this is work number 9. This is the Ambom stone. This is found in the Ambom Valley, Igna province of Papua New Guinea. This is off the coast of North Australia. And it is believed that this work was created right around that little C means circa, right around 1500 BCE. And this is Greywak stone. And what we see here is, form-wise, we see a stone carved from the Greywak. It's a hard, dark, sedimentary stone. We see, if we look at the top of this particular work, facial features that are carved using a high relief. We see a smooth, lustrous exterior as well. We see some shoulders and arms and possibly some legs. And this is portable. And how do I know it's portable? It's only 8 inches in height. Content-wise, we have this sort of zoomorphic figure with an elongated nose. It has circular eyes, long arms, and again, that round lower torso. And this resembles an echidna. It's a mammal with an elongated snout. For me personally, this looks a lot like an anteater. The figure is curved. It seems to be in sort of a fetal position. It also almost looks like, for me, it looks like it's almost in sort of a pious position as the hands are kind of coming together. What is the function? This is most likely a pestle. A pestle and mortar is something you would put a hard grain into or some sort of spice, and you have a grinding stone. And so the lap of this ambom would have been the place where you would put the peppers or the grain and you would grind it with some sort of stone. And so this might suggest the curvature of the creature's neck, which means that, either this was for a cooking purpose or there is some belief that this might have been a ritual object, that you would be crushing some sort of spice that would have been burnt during a ritual of some sort. So there was some sort of religious, connotation behind this. And it went through the process during which it would grant ancestral power. So I would compare this to maybe a power figure and when we get to African art. Context-wise, this was found with other pestles, ancient pestles, stylized in the form of animals in Papua New Guinea. This is one of the earliest examples of Neolithic sculpture in Oceania. And when it was discovered by the native people, the Inga people, E-N-G-A, the Inga people, and it was found in the early 20th century. And it was believed to be a relic. And that's another important vocabulary word you should have in your note cards. It's a relic. And for this particular relic, it contained some ancestral powers. Work number 11 is our terracotta fragments. This is found in the Solomon Islands. Lapita people, and this was created right around roughly 1000 BCE. This is terracotta, and it has incisions on it. This is just west of Papua New Guinea. Contextually, the Lapita culture is known for its ceramics that feature geometric motifs and anthropomorphic designs. These ceramics were found in islands of Southeast Asia and Pacific. They originated in Southeast Asia and then would spread based on that exploration, that Pacific exploration of the Malay people into the Pacific. Lapita people were seafarers who lived in Melanesia, Polynesia, and Micronesia. Polynesia populated about 4,000 to 3,500 years ago. Content-wise, we see fragments of pottery. This is again a ceramic. So you're taking a mud, you are laying it out, you are putting a design to it, and you're either doing one of two things. You're either putting it in the sun, so it's sun-dried, let the sun be your kiln, or you're putting it in heat. And we're not talking a tremendous amount of heat, but heat that will dry and then, secure that mud. And so these fragments of pottery with these zoomorphic figures, these anthropomorphic figures, and we have, if you look closely at this, a stylized human face. You see this sort of almond-shaped face with the nose and how the hair is coming around. And the forms bear some sort of semblance to what will be the future traditional tattoo designs and cloth from the Polynesia people. The form is that we have a terracotta clay, and it's giving us this reddish color. Simple and complex patterns incised and stamped into wet clay before it is either set in the sun and, for this instance, put before a low fire. Sharp and natural tools, probably some sort of sharpened stick, some sort of tool was used to make the fine designs. And this is fragile because it had such thin walls. Now, what's the function of this piece? There's poor technical composition, and the lack of carbon residues suggests that these objects were probably used for just storing food, maybe even being used to serve food. There are other theories that suggest that this might have been a practicing tool for those that are practicing the Polynesian tattooing system and design. There you have it. Works 9 and 11, Oceania, Papua New Guinea, the Solomon Islands. I hope you got some good notes from that. You learned something new today. Again, my name is Mr. Bruns. If you like what you see, hey, hit that subscribe button down below. You take care. Today's information comes from a lot of sources. Art History by Marilyn Stokestad, AP Art History Study Guide Review by Barron's, smarthistory.org, Khan Academy, and all the years that I've been teaching this course accumulated in my little noggin. Thanks for watching.